Well, we'd like to be able to push the tempo. When you look at Toronto's team, they selectively run. Dwayne has done a really, really good job. They're number one in opponents' field goal percentage defense. They're a very, very high percentage shooting offensive team, both from the 2 and from the 3. They're one of the best free throw shooting teams. Calderon does not turn the ball over. They're like 9.5 assists, about 1.5 turnovers. So, I thought last night our activity on defense changed the game for us and allowed us to get easy points. Toronto's a team that doesn't thrive on easy points. They come down and they really execute. So, this is going to be a game a little bit like last night in terms of they'd like to control the tempo. And what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get some defensive stops. We're going to have to really rebound the ball. And then we run with a real sense of purpose and make sure we get good shots. So hopefully it's not going to be one of those grinded out games, because that would play in their favor.
It's not an individual thing, but Spencer versus a Bargnani, an interesting matchup.
Yeah, Bargnani is a very mobile, big guy, shoots the 3, driving the ball more, he's shooting more free throws this year. The thing I've noticed with him is his defense is much, much better. He is really getting out on all the pick and rolls. Dwayne, again, has done a really, really good job with his team defensively. And I think Bargnani is one of the guys who's really bought in with that, because he's done a nice job just watching all their tapes and stuff with their pick and roll defense. And last year he was a guy that you could run pick and roll against, and that's not the case this year. He's done a real good job with that. So very good offensive players, averaging 23 a game. As I said, getting to the line more, and very efficient, shooting a very, very high percentage. So Toronto, they've done a nice job this year. They should be very pleased with. I know they had a tough loss last night, but they've had some good wins.
Andre 2 games ago was 2 for 10, but did other things well. Obviously didn't shoot much at all last night. And then Elton also struggled a little last night. Do you get worried, or do you think it's just one game? And I know Elton was good tonight.
Well, it's the worries before that was Jody couldn't make a basket, and then he shakes loose last night. So, so early in the season, and I said before, especially with big guys, as I look around the league, a lot of the big guys who've been around the league for a while, we've only been at it for about a month, which means we've just been in training camp. And so I'm hoping that, EB, as we go along, is going to get into that rhythm. He's trying very, very hard, and just, that rhythm has not been there for him yet. Dre last night, he didn't look at the basket that much, so I'm hoping tonight he'll be aggressive. We took 85 shots last night. We had 7 guys take anywhere from 9 to 13 shots. So, I think we're a team that's very, very balanced, and hopefully, we can get Dre involved in there tonight, because we need him.
Doug, given the fact that you guys had such a poor start last year, and you said you're only a month in, how much of a carryover has there been from last year into this year with your start?
Well, I think a big part of it is we didn't make any changes. The only really new face we have on our team is Nick Vucevic, who's our, probably 9th guy in our rotation. So our key 8 guys all were with us last year. So we came into training camp this year. We tried to build on the things that we finished up with last year. Unlike for Toronto, they had a new head coach, so I can't even imagine, how stressed Dwayne must have been in a 10-day period of time to try to get the things he wanted to get in. And he's really done a heck of a job with that. So I think there has been some carryover. The big part is for us is our defense. And I think we're a little bit more mature team in terms of in fourth quarter situations. We've done a much better job with our execution and getting good shots, and I think that's a product of being together, especially playing in the playoffs against the Miami Heat for 5 games where, if you don't execute, you can't get a shot. And we played 5 games against them. 4 of them were nail biters. We won 1 of them. So I think our guys played under pressure, and I think they understand a little bit more what that's about.
Doug, you talked about the improvement of Bargnani. DeRozan's also stepped forward a little bit this year. What have you seen in his play?
Oh, very active, shooting the 3 well, can drive that ball to the basket. We know he can finish. I'm just looking at his numbers. He had 2 games against us last year, 29, 27, shot 24 free throws in the 2 games.
Yeah.
So we got to keep him off the foul line and keep him out of transition. He's one of those guys that gets out and runs, but he's shooting the 3 well, and when you can space the floor like that and make threes, now you got to be up and guarding him, and now it frees him up to drive that ball to the basket. So, and I was just talking to Eddie Stefanski, you start looking at their roster. Bargnani's still a young player, Calderon playing at a high level, DeRozan a very young player. They've got a really nice draft pick that they've got from next year coming in. So I think the future is very bright there in Toronto. I think they're building a nice team.
Doug, can you talk about the way you guys have played offensively in the fourth quarter? You guys are leading the league in scoring in the fourth quarter. Is that a function of being conditioned, or is it your defense producing offense?
I think combination of both. I think that we are a well-conditioned team, and I think our defense has created a lot of opportunities. I talk about the New Orleans game the other night when we had 13 points off turnovers. Last night we got defensive stops, and Jody got hot at the right time. In New Orleans it was Drew. In Golden State, Lou had some big moments. Evan in New Orleans as well. So, Dre had some moments against Phoenix. So it's been sort of interesting with our team. We're not sure who it is on a particular night,
right,
but it's all created off our defense. When we play good defense, we think we have a chance to make some good things happen. Last night the game was all about activity. We shot the ball very poorly. And then Jody got hot from three, but 27 points off turnovers, 24 fast break, and 18-second chance. So when you look at the way we scored last night, it was really just a high-energy activity level more than it was our offense.
Okay.
Doug, from the time you started coaching until now, have you become less concerned when Andre maybe doesn't have a box score, filled with numbers as maybe you were when you first got here?
You know what? I've never looked at a guy's impact based upon how many points he scored. Andre, what do you have? One basket in the fourth quarter against New Orleans, but held Eric Gordon to one basket, and that's the things I look for. Sometimes we can get enamored with numbers, and as a coach, when you watch tape, you realize the value of what a guy brings to your team. And last night I think Tayshaun Prince was 4 for 13 or something like that from the floor. So, there's a lot more that goes than just scoring. And last night was one of those games that it wasn't there for him offensively, but we expect him to bounce back. And he's been very aggressive for the entire training camp, and we expect him to continue to do that. And last night he made some key passes to Jody and gave him 3-point shot opportunities. So. Sometimes you look at the finals and say, well, he only had one basket, 3 points, but as a coach, you look at a lot of different things.
Has he become much more, would you say, trusting of the rest of the teammates in the fourth quarter? It used to be, when the fourth quarter came, he was the one, you could see almost, he took it upon himself that he thought he had to kind of ramp it up at the offensive end. And it seems like this year, like you said, he had an open shot last night. He dished it to Jody at the 3-point line, and he can do it.
Well, I think that what's happened is I think Andre recognizes a lot of our young players have gotten better. And I think with that, it takes the pressure off somebody maybe feeling like they need to take it all on their shoulders at a particular time. So, as I said before, Drake can, get you 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, and make some key plays for you and take the other guys. Tonight we're hoping he's going to be able to do a good job with DeRozan. So, those things are all factors in us winning basketball games. So. The one thing I promote with him is I think he's a terrific all-around player. And there's going to be nights he scores, and there's going to be other nights where he fills up the stat sheets in a lot of different ways. But he helps us win, and that's the bottom line.
Doug, you only spent a year with Ed Stefanski, when he was here. But when you look at the roster and the guys he's brought, do you think sometimes he kind of maybe wasn't appreciated for everything he did?
Well, I think what we always do, we have a tendency is to let's see the mistakes that someone made. That's sort of our culture now. Is where did somebody screw up, rather than what about all the good things that they brought. And I can only tell you that he believed in me, and he gave me a great opportunity to come here to Philadelphia to help, try to get this basketball team in a good position and start winning again. So I have nothing but the ultimate love for Ed Stefanski. And I think you look at the Drew Holidays and Evan Turner and some of the young guys that we have on our team. We think we've got some good young pieces. We think that Eddie was a big part of bringing those in. Sometimes if you make a couple mistakes or whatever, those are the things that get highlighted. And I think anybody who's been in this business a long time, who's willing to do certain things, everybody's made mistakes. Everybody, there's nobody with any ledger that's clean, And so I know Eddie's going to do a great job in Toronto. I spent some time with him before the game, and Brian Colangelo got him a hell of a guy. To me, Eddie Stefanski is one of the nicest gentlemen I've ever been around in my entire life, and I will always be indebted for him for allowing me to be here and coach this team.
Coach, how would you rate Evan Turner as a rebounder? It seems like
I think he's one of the best in the league at his position. 8 defensive rebounds last night in a critical time when we were trying to get some rebounds. we are not a great defensive rebounding team when you look at our team, so it's very, very important for him to go in there and clean up the boards. And really, when he really plays some of his best offense is when he defensive rebounds the ball and turn and just brings the ball up the floor and looks to attack in the open court. You know, I always harken back to when Magic Johnson was a rookie. He was a great, great defensive rebounder. And he would rebound that ball and turn and push that ball, and all of a sudden the Lakers were on a fast break. And we're encouraging Evan, every time he defensive rebounds that ball, to get out and push in the open court. And he's done a good job of getting that ball to the foul line, pulling up and making shots. But his rebounding is a big, big part of our team.